beautiful people. It's your TTA Pro, Mr. O, back with another episode. النهارده هنحل مع بعض امتحان EST December 2021. EST December 2021. هنبدأ مع passage number 1. So let's begin. Opportunities in engineering. زي ما انتوا عارفين أنا هحل معاكم. So let's get started. So remember for EST, make sure you read the passage. Don't skip. Do not skip. So أنا هقرأ عادي. Engineers are born and not made. Okay. Okay. So الباراجراف بيشرح لي how engineers are born not made. فواحد يبقى مهندس يبقى حاجة طبيعية. It's natural for this person to be an engineer. Now, my issue دلوقتي في الquestion هنا بيسألني it's considering removing the underlined sentence. Now, طلبة كتير هيعملوا إيه؟ هيشوفوا keyword instinct is defined as بعد كده هنا بيشرح لي instinct وبيقولوا well these are keywords ف we're going to keep it. بس أنا عايز أشوف مش بس التوبيك عشان topic مظبوط it's all about instinct. However, what is the focus بقى? What is the focus? And if I read this sentence and then I read this sentence, I find الجملة اللي تحتيها underline بيديني definition of instinct. بعدين الجملة اللي بعديها بيكمل شرح عن ازاي engineers are born not made عشان برضه this shows us instinct حاجة innate حاجة طبيعي. So I feel like this sentence, the underlined sentence, it does break the focus or flow of the paragraph. عشان احنا بنتكلم عن ازاي الانجينير بنولد engineers, they're born not made. بعد كده ال underlined sentence بيقول لي معنى كلمة instinct. بعد كده بنكمل ال conversation about how engineers are born not made. So look at it like this. Engineers are born. بعدين بيديني definition of instinct. بعدين بيكمل ويقول لي engineers are born. So it breaks that. It breaks that. أنا مالي دلوقتي معنى كلمة instinct. Although it is the topic, it's not the topic in focus. So keep it. It serves as an introduction to the next sentence. No, it does not. عشان the next sentence بيكمل شرح عن ال previous اللي فات. It provides a definition for the term most used in the text. أيوة فعلا بيديني definition وكل حاجة, but is a term most used in the text as well. خدوا بالكم بالpoint ده. So this would be a problem. I wouldn't keep it. I would delete it. It disrupts the progression of ideas. Remember for the EST exam, don't just follow keywords. And answer D, it is besides the topic. Well, it's not besides the topic because it is on topic زي ما احنا قلنا, right? It is discussing instinct, born not made, but it's not besides the topic, it's besides the focus. So tricky one here. Don't follow keywords. That's a very bad strategy to use. Question number 2, which of the following terms best suggests the main idea of the passage? Now remember, okay, let's figure it out الأول. Let's continue reading عشان بيقول لي main idea of the passage. However, I can also get the main idea of the paragraph and see how this word fits. So let's continue here. Okay, so على فكرة you don't need the whole passage. You can actually read this certain situation. So هنا بيقول لي بقى instinct leads young men to enter upon certain callings, okay, unless turned off by parents. Philosophers from time immemorial, including Plato, have written of this calling, okay, a small voice within, and have heard that it be obeyed. That it be obeyed. ده اللي بيقولها لي صح. عندك small voice وده بيشجعك عشان تكمل المشوار تبقى مهندس. So when you're obeying the voice in your head, that voice is heeded. Answer A. To heed means to obey. Okay, disregarded عكس وبيغير المينينج معناها be ignored وده عكس المين idea عشان بيشجعك بيقولك اسمع كلام. The voice to be accepted طيب is accepted وبعد كده ايه؟ So مقبول وبعد كده ايه؟ You accept the voice طيب بعد كده ايه؟ No, you obey it بقى عشان obey بيجي بعد ال accept. So no, and then noted is a bit informal noted. Well, noted معناها like واخد بالك بيها طيب جميل it's noted. But how does it show us that you follow your calling, you follow your instinct? No, عشان again لو عندي حاجة جوايا طبيعي فيا وبسمع كلامه like a gut call. If you guys ever heard this, a gut call. بسمع كلام الgut بتاعتي. That means you're heeding the call. So we're going to go with answer A. Number 3. Let's continue here. Every city needs. Every singular, right? City is singular. Every city needs. I don't see anything else here. Need is plural with a غلط. Are needed is plural. Every city is needed an engineer. No عشان بيقول الcity ده محتاج حاجة. Oh, it's called a transitive verb. Oh, this one's intransitive. Intransitive verb معناها بيبقى passive. ومش محتاجين الباssive voice هنا. So we're going to say every city needs. Go to question 4. A pronoun question. Okay. زي ما انتوا عارفين pronouns, you look for the noun. Your. Notice how I circled you, you. So هنا عندنا you, pronoun, consistency. So لازم البروناونز يبقى consistent مع بعض, meaning لو بستخدم you استخدم you في باقي الباراجراف, لو بستخدم one بستخدم one في باقي الباراجراف. باقي الإجابات choose the incorrect pronoun and break the consistency rule. Question number 5. Okay, so question number 5 is a bit long of a question. ده السؤال بيركز لنا على punctuation. So here, rough, comma, rugged, comma, gray-eyed, semicolon. So idea number 1 بيستخدم commas separate adjectives. Okay, and then semicolon هنا and a semicolon here to separate phrases. What do I mean by this? So it's parallel structure. Let's get a little deeper there. Phrase number 1, rough, rugged, and gray-eyed. شايفين الفريز ده فيها commas ازاي? Phrase number 2, with frames close-knit and usually squat. Phrase number 3, generous with money and unconcerned as to the future. And then phrase number 4, living each day regardless of the next and living it. This colon, this dash is underlined maha. So we have quite a few number of what's what I'm looking for, punctuation marks. So عندنا كذا option. So option number 1 ممكن اوكي مش شايف المشكلة, ممكن اشوف باقي الاجابات. Or option number 2 اشوف المشكلة هنا. ناخد بالكم, this is a semicolon list. This is a semicolon list. وبنستخدمها امتى؟ Again شايفينها حاطط الوان. So item number 1 بالاصفر, item number 2 بالاحمر, item number 3 بالازرق, item number 4 بالاخضر. وشايفين ازاي كل item, like number 1 فيها commas جوه inside اول item. Number 2 ما فيهاش. Number 3 في comma جوه inside item. So when you have a list, okay, and you have items in the list, let's see semicolons here, and in each item في commas لازم استخدم السemicolon. So it's called a complex list. I don't see a problem with answer A, but let's check out the other answers. You see the answers with answer B, it's giving me commas بدل semicolons. So أنا مش عارف إيه الفرق ما بين item 1 و item 2 و item 3 خصوصا هنا. Okay, ده ممكن يبقى item 1 وده ممكن يبقى item 2. Again, الكوماز دولت بيقول لي لا, طالما في كل الكوماز دولت أنا كده شايف item 1 و 2 و 3 و 4 و 5 و 6 و 7 و 8. But in the original, it's not like that. It's separate phrases. So it's not clear بالcommas. And then rough, rugged, and gray-eyed. This needs to separate الadjectives عشان نفرق نعرف الفرق ما بينهم. And then answer D. Answer D, we're missing again the comma here, the semicolon here, generous with money. عشان شايفين ازاي again with frames closely knit and usually squat, comma. Generous with money, comma, and unconcerned to the future, comma. So again, أنا مش عارف بقى في أنهي phrases مع بعض وأنهي phrases المفروض يبقى separated. It's not clear. So here we're going to say answer A. So this one took some time. كشرح. Question number 6. Steel workers are distinct from the clerical type. I say the steel worker is as different from the clerical worker, okay, as the circus driver is from the cleric. circus man no عشان عايزين زي ما شايفين أول comparison بيقارن ال steel worker is as different from the clerical workers so بيورينا ال differences ما بين ال workers دولت right as the circus driver is from I would expect a حاجة شبه driver but we don't have that so circus man no engineer ممكن and worker well we already do the worker no right عشان if we do another worker مش بنوري الفرق it'll be redundant here okay so I want you guys to also to know the difference a clerical worker ده موظف حكومي cleric ده موظف في الكنيسة أو في المسجد حاجة وظيفة ليها علاقة بالدين um I would say the circus driver is from the cleric عشان بيورينا اختلافات شديد ما بين the circus driver والcleric it's as day as night or it's as different as day and night I could see engineer بس engineer مش بيورينا how big of a difference it is it's a very tricky one. I would go with answer A because it shows us the biggest difference ما بين كل الoptions التانيين. Um, I mean, I would, if you chose engineer, I wouldn't say you're wrong. I mean, this is a terrible question on behalf of the EST. EST كان معروف في البداية. They have really bad questions, so استحملوا sometimes for these issues. Question number 7. Let's continue. So 7 هنا بيسألنا where should the author place the underlined sentence for coherency? So this is the underlined sentence. يلا نيجي نقراها الأول. Okay. Having this fondness for mathematics. أهو. شايفين الphrase this fondness ده compression pronoun. So that means that information before must talk about حاجة ليها علاقة ب fondness or love. Okay, so we need to look for that in this sentence. So if we say answer A or the original answer, okay, so here he must like to figure, to use a colloquialism, and his fondness for it must be genuine, almost an absorption. So I like where it is now. عشان الجملة اللي قبليها, it shows me that, this fondness, okay? Oh, okay. I want you to continue reading برضه. The working out of puzzles is one evidence of the gift. So برضه لازم يكلمنا عن gift في الانفورميشن اللي قبليها. Okay, and he's successful for a career. So I like answer A. Let's check the other answers. Before one machine fashion, احنا قلنا this fondness, so لازم في some sort of fondness. After sentence number 3, let's see this. It must. What is it? Okay, what is it? Okay, so I like 1 and 3, or A and C. Answer D I'm going to eliminate actually this fondness. So now we have to work through which of the answers works best. So when you look closely, I would look at this sentence 3, and then you have 2. I mean, I'm focused here, so that means it's a second example. It's a second example, right? So I would say answer C. Now look at the progression of ideas here. Sentence number 2, he must like to figure, to use colloquialism, and his fondness for it. بيتكلم عن the subject of mathematics. So 2 and 1 are connected. Must be genuine, almost an absorption. جميل. Now we said if you look at where it is now, it wouldn't really work. Why? Because if you continue to 3, it must reveal itself. What is it must reveal itself? The fondness. So بيكمل a conversation for number 3 عشان قلت لكم well لازم نعرف ايه هو it at an early age too. So it's giving us a second example about the fondness, is giving us a second example of مين كويس or who's fit to be an engineer. And then we go to after sentence number 3 where we put this sentence number 7. Let me give you a good color here, make it nice and thick. So having this fondness, so this is a conclusion to sentence number 2 and sentence number 3. So having this fondness, it refers to it and fondness. which may have been termed otherwise as a curiosity to make concrete ends meet. The working out of puzzles is one evidence of the gift, right? And he talks about working out of puzzles, Finn. I guess here only. The young man is well armed for a successful career in the profession. Okay. And then in sentence four, if you look at it here, he will like mathematics for its own sake, and when later in college and later still in the active pursuit of his chosen work, he's confronted with a problem. So also it's connected to sense number four when it indicates a successful career in his profession وبيشرح لنا how it would be successful. He likes math when he was صغير لما بيكبر بقى في college he likes math more and more and more. So this is a tricky one عشان الطلبة كتير هيقولوا إجابة A إجابة A على طول بسبب الكي words, but you have to see sentence number 2 and 3 are connected. خدوا بالكم بالconnection here بكلمة 2, so it's a second example. So we'll go with after sentence 3. وبرضه احنا قلنا sentence 2 discusses تفاصيل الانجينير, sentence 3 نفس الحاجة, and then this sentence here, number 7, it shows us a conclusion to this. Number 8, which of the following choices best supports the author's position on engineering instinct? So, again, هو بيقول لنا ايه لحد دلوقتي؟ هو قال لنا ايه في البداية؟ There's a call and you have to heed the call and obey the call. And so he respects this. So let's continue reading. القراءات ده, he will attack it. Attack what? A problem. Neutrally? Yeah, neutrally من غير emotion, without aggressiveness. I mean, no. Eagerly. This fits the author's position عشان بيقول الانجينير هو naturally عنده instinct يبقى engineer. So I go with answer B here. Inadequately مش كفاية, grudgingly معناها غصب عنه, which shows very negative connotations. Number 9, which of the following provides the best sentence structure needed to support the author's main idea? Unique question هنا في number 9, وبيسألنا على the best sentence structure. بيسألنا على the best sentence structure. So that means the main idea أو الفكرة الرئيسية needs to be in the independent idea. Okay? And I'll show you what I mean by this. Let's just go to number 9 الأول. Okay, so EST really, okay. So a successful engineer must be a man who likes to shape things with his hands. He need not always do it, and probably will not after he has attained recognition, save only as he supervises or makes the mechanical drawings, the picture of the thing. Okay. So الفكرة الرئيسية هو بيقول لازم الراجل بيحب يشيب things بإيده ومش دايما لازم يعملها ولكن بيعملها بيرسم الصورة. That's actually independent idea, right? Answer B. Probably won't need to do that after he is recognized, save only as he supervises or makes the mechanical drawings, that is the picture of the thing. Well, it should be that is the picture of, there's actually a grammar problem here, comma preposition, fragment, right? So المفروض يقول لي على طول the picture of the thing. Answer C, till after he has attained recognition, he need not always do it. We want to put the important ideas في البداية, okay? After, and probably not after, save only as he supervises or makes the mechanical drawings of the thing, the picture. Wow, this is a really awkward sentence structure. مش واضحة بالنسبة لي عايز يقول لي ايه. غير كده until after he's attained recognition ده المفروض يجي he need not always do it until after he has attained recognition. So NTC kind of screws up the ideas عشان بيغير المينينج. هو بيقول لي انا مش لازم اعملها لحد ما عندي recognition, بس الاوريجينال بيقول لي لا مش لازم اعملها حتى لو جالي recognition, right? So it screws up the meanings of the ideas. And then answer D, he need not always do it, save only as he supervises or makes the mechanical drawings, the picture of the things. I mean, again, the picture of the thing is a problem for me, and probably will not after he has attained recognition. So again, احنا غيرنا المينينج here. So I'll go with answer A, the original meaning. A بيقول لنا مش لازم يعملها واحتمال مش يعملها اساسا حتى لو جاله recognition. B fragment, C غيرنا المينينج, ودي برضو غيرنا المينينج. Number 10, and like the desire within him to figure. With him, if a young man be of those who early like to crawl in under the family buzz wagon, okay, tinkering there for half a day at a time, emerge. Okay, so we have a semicolon, double semicolon, and when you see a double semicolon, حتى من غير كلمة and, you're dealing with a list, and as a list, we need parallel structure, and as a list, we need parallel structure. So بكل سهولة ممكن نقول A is not parallel عشان crawl, tinkering, emerging, not parallel. Crawl, tinkers, emerge, not parallel. Crawling, tinkering, emerge, not parallel. Crawl, tinker, emerge, parallel, answer D. So the verbs are parallel here. And finally, number 11, according to the information, the graphic, and the passage, which of the following provides the best concluding sentence as a summary of the graphic? Okay, so this is the graphic, but let's just check out نقرا بس the rest of the information. So basically بيقول الانجينير مش لازم يخش الديرتي ورك، مش لازم يعمل الديرتي ورك، ولكن بيفرج على اللي بيعمل الديرتي ورك. So dirty work معناها working with the oil and the fingers and the mechanic and the machines and stuff. So هيبص على الماشينست، المهندس اللي يعني المهندس الميكانيكي with jealousy عشان هو برضه he wants to deal with this. هو برضه عايز يشتغل بإيده. So born engineers instinct, shape their hands, interest in mathematics, use colloquialisms, fondness for figures. So born engineer لازم يبقى عنده كل الحاجات دي. ودولت كل المين ideas اللي جه في passage, right? كل المين ideas جه في passage. So therefore, there are 5 different qualities naturally born engineers must possess: instinct, fondness, ability to shape one's hands, interest in mathematics, and colloquialism. My answer is A. That's a good conclusion. So here, really, an adult must work on, but actually, we're not saying that. We're saying it's instinct, it's natural, right? Actually, هنا بيقول you must possess or must work on. So work on means I'm working on it. No, you're not working on it. خلاص موجودة. So you possess it. Answer C. Be careful with meanings. Actually, هنا بيقول you must possess one of the following qualities. Actually, no. كلهم, not just one. And then عايزين بيقول لنا عايزين incorporate الجراف into the answer وانسر دي ما بيعملش كده. So here we're going to go with answer A. This is passage 1. دلوقتي بقى we're going to continue into passage number 2. Who is Charles Curtis, the first vice president of color? Okay. Okay, so in an old member of Call Nation which لا احنا بنتكلم عن مين؟ Charles Curtis. So المفروض ياخد who. المفروض ياخد who. So here we're going to say answer B. Who. This one's pretty direct. give it C معناها who is or who has, which doesn't make sense يا عشان خلاص who is served? No. And whose بيجي بعديها اسم عشان ده ملك حاجة. And which is for things or events. So here we're going to say answer B. Number 13. Okay, so first of all, كده أنا شايف we have a problem here. We have an independent idea هنا. We have an independent idea هنا. So answer A is a run-on sentence. إجابة B بديني semicolon. إجابة C بديني comma and comma fanboys. وإجابة D بديني comma fanboys. So الفرق ما بين التلاتة. Here we have cause and effect. Here we have a continuous transition. And here we have a contrast or opposite transition. Idea number 1, prejudice against Native Americans is widespread and intense. Curtis' sent to office speaks of his skillful navigation. So we won't say either C or D. Actually, هنقول answer B. It is a cause and effect. Why? عشان في عنصرية شديد. Curtis داخل مجلس الشعب shows his skill as a politician. So because of racism making life difficult, Curtis's ascent is amazing. Excuse my handwriting. I'm just, it's a lot of writing there. So here we're going to go with answer B. Let's go to the next question, number 14. Which word best fits the meaning of the sentence? Okay, so let's kind of continue. Okay, so here for question number 14 is telling us how the community, oh, there's a bug there. I missed it. Here is telling us how the community, his rise also tells a broader story of how prominent Native Americans viewed how their communities should mix within a predominantly white society. So assimilate. Right, assimilate عشان برضه بيقول كيرتس هو Native American ودخل مجلس الشعب, and so this is assimilation, working in or with the people. Abstain يعني يمسك نفسه, like to avoid. No. Accommodate, well هو هنا accommodate معناها أديك للمطلوب عشان to make you feel comfortable. Um, however, the Native Americans aren't accommodating the whites. صح؟ Acquaint يعني تتعرف على حاجة. But again, acquaint within a predominantly white society, acquaint means to become friends with someone, or an acquaintance like زميلك. That wouldn't work either. I would go with answer A, assimilate, as Shin shows us how they can work together. Question number 15, another pronoun question. Whose achievements? Whose achievements are we discussing? We're discussing Curtis's achievements. So هنا نقول his. هنا نقول his. Number 16. I don't see a problem here. Question number 16. Born, okay, semicolon 2 is a fragment, colon 2 is a fragment, comma 2 is a fragment. هنا نقول answer A. 17. So question number 17, look, growing up and with years that passed by, redundancy هنا, we're dealing with redundancy. So A is redundant, growing up, okay, starting from his youth to his recent years. I mean, that معناها growing up. You don't have to say all of this. As years passed, okay, he spent time living with both his parents. Tricky one here. I would go with growing up عشان ده برضو modifier. ده برضو modifier, ing modifier, وبيقول لنا who is growing up بعديها he was growing up. So the modifier is also correct. So answer B. As years passed, he spent time living with both sets of his grandparents. I mean, I don't like answer D for one simple reason. B is a more complete answer, giving us a better meaning. Answer D, as years pass, طيب إيه بقى? It's a bit vague. وعايزين نبعد عن vague language. Number 18, the author's considering deleting or keeping. خليني بس أكمل السكيم في السريع. Okay, so if you read the text, هنلاقي هنا من بداية هنا the federal government forced the call south to Indian Territory, which would later become Oklahoma. The adolescent Curtis wanted to move with his community, but grandma قالت له لا. His grandmother talked him into staying with his parental guardians, grandparents, and continuing his education. So it's on topic. بنتكلم عن إيه؟ بنتكلم عن Curtis. بنتكلم عن Curtis as you move. بس grandmother بتقول له لا. So it's on topic, on focus. It provides support for the previous claim. I mean, let's see the other one. It provides a counter argument for the. I wouldn't say it's a counter argument. A counter argument معناها بقول حاجة. Counter argument معناها بقول حاجة, و counter argument ضدها. Let me see. C. It contradicts information written in the paragraph. No, it does not contradict. And there's redundancy of the main idea. No, it's not redundant. I wish it said here like there's a cause and effect, but I guess it's answer A, right? It supports it. The federal government forced the call south to Indian Territory, which later became Oklahoma. The adolescent Curtis wanted to move with his community, but his grandmother said yes. His grandmother said no. Weird answer. What's the best answer? Let's go number 19. 19 is all the way down here. I guess I'm going to skip all that and I mean, it's a lot of information to read, right? I mean, although the racist treatment of the Kaw by white Kansans, many whites were obviously willing to vote for Curtis. This idea, معناه is going against something. So although it's a contrast, I would say despite the racist treatment, عشان despite the racist treatment, something bad, many whites voted for him. So it's going against something bad. So answer B is the best one. However, I mean, this would be a run-on sentence. However, moreover, despite برضو flips the idea into a dependent idea. And برضو, although like he received racist treatment, although محتاج a subject and verb, we don't have that here. So it's also a fragment to answer A. عشان a subordinating conjunction does take a subject and verb. So it is a fragment. So we'll go with answer B. Number 20, which best connects this paragraph to the main idea in the previous paragraph. So in the previous paragraph لو احنا فاكرين it was talk about Curtis. هو عايز يمشي بعدين قعد بعد كده رشح نفسه انتخابات مجلس الشعب, and then the white people liked him فكسب في مجلس الشعب, right? So his personality wins people over. He was a popular kid. Okay. Throughout his time in Congress, Curtis also consistently pushed for policies that many Native Americans today say were a disaster for their nations. Um, it doesn't connect to the previous paragraph. It connects with the next one, I think. He favored the Dawes Act, which allowed the government to divide tribal lands. So I wouldn't say that Ashin doesn't connect them on the previous paragraph. When I to connect the paragraph to the main idea to the previous paragraph. Again, this is okay too, but that برضو بيركز على the previous paragraph مش the next paragraph. عايزين mix ما بين الاثنين. No. Again, this is a previous paragraph. And that's what happened to Curtis. بس ما قاليش كده. هو قال لي Curtis basically منافق وباع Native American lands. Okay, look, his popularity among the white majority continued to increase during Curtis's time. So this is the previous paragraph, right? The white people liked him. And then the next paragraph, as he consistently pushed for policies that many Native Americans today say were a disaster for their nations, and that's here the Dawes Act and ruining it. So كده كده هو منافق, weird article about a hypocrite. Which of the following terms best describes the legal writing of Curtis? Okay. You don't sketch an act. You can write an act, although it makes sense. No, you draft it. عشان draft indicates انا عامل الاوريجينال بس لازم بقى حد يشوفها يقراها يعمل تعديلات وحد يشوفها تاني يقراها يعمل تعديلات. So you draft it. بعد كده عشان يبقى فيه اتفاق. And he didn't plan. So it's drafting works the best word here. And finally, question number 22. Well, Curtis is a monster. So here we're going to put a period, capital, عشان independent to independent. Oh, hold on. Answer A, no. Run on, it's a comma splice. B ممكن. C ممكن. D غلط عشان it's a run on sentence. Abuse was rampant. I wouldn't say it's an explanation of the previous idea. That بيزود لنا another idea. So we'll go with answer C. So this was passage number 2. So we finished passage number 1, and now we will continue passage number 1 and 2. And now we're going to continue into passage number 3. Which came first, the brain or sleep? Okay, let's get started. Okay, so a few winks of sleep is often enough to get our brains to ascent. Ascent يعني تعلى, go above something. No, to expect functioning. No, to accept يعني accept to accept يعني تدي عذر. No, to accept. This is a confused words question. يعني to accept يعني مقبول. I'm gonna skip now because look how far I have to go, right? And I guess I'll read from here. So pronoun question. Whose findings are we discussing? Whose findings are we discussing? Well, هنا بيكلم, it's a quote. Wow, this is a hard one actually. States Ito. It's a quote. So لازم استخدم personal pronoun. So based on our findings in previous reports, we, so we need pronoun consistency here, and then a our, and then a we. So this works best. Answer C. The other ones are not consistent with my pronouns. Number 25. Okay, so you see how this is a verb, بس ملوش subject. ملوش subject. So Bahidras provide, so Hydras provide, this is my subject and verb, an easy to handle creature to further investigate the detailed mechanisms producing sleep. Now again, لو قلت لي لا عايزين verb, well ده السبجكت الوحيد. فمحتاجين كلمة and. That wouldn't work, right? So A, B, C, كلهم fragments, الverb ملوش subject. So you say the ing, it doesn't have to be a verb. So it could be a gerund. 26. Which of the following best suits the overall tone of the passage? Okay, so tone معناها which one fits the style the best. So 26, which one fits the style the best. So keep this in mind. So it's a bit tricky here. The tiny no true meaning to give no. Okay. Tiny brainless animals with no true meaning to their existence. It's a very negative way to put it. I basically بيقول لنا الهايدرز دوت مالهمش لازمة وحياتهم مالهمش لازمة. I don't think we're going to say this in a formal passage. Monitoring the marvelous brainwaves of different animals provides us with answers to sleep. And yet, this is the marvelous brainwaves. Again, this tone doesn't fit the style موجودة. While sleep is often monitored based on the measurement of brain, this is not an option for tiny brainless animals. So notice هنا بيقول لنا brainless عشان هم literally ما عندهمش مخ. So ما بنقولش عليهم حمار ومش عارف ايه. They literally don't have brains. But here, with no true meaning to their existence, this is a problem in the phrase. It doesn't match the tone. It's insulting, the answer A. But answer C is objective. It doesn't insult, مش تمشي بيغلطش. Like answer C. Let's check answer D though الأول. With no brains, okay, ما عندهمش مخ, okay, and wits about them. This is an insult. So answer C does not match, or answer A, B, D, ممشيش بالتone. Number 27. Which of the following best describes the delicate scientific process of tracing movement? Okay, so this is a specific example, a delicate scientific process of the tracing movement. Okay, as an alternative, the researchers used a video system to slowly dissect movement. I mean, we're not dissecting movement, dissecting and تشريح. Carefully track, okay, methodically follow. Okay. Unsystematically pursue. That مش بيورينا delicate scientific process of tracing movement. We track movement. Methodically follow, it's close, but when you're following a movement, بتمشي ورا movement, you're actually tracking it, you're not following it. Following معناها تمشي ورا حاجة. Tracking it معناها تسجل ايه اللي هو الموفمنتس بالظبط اللي بيحصل. So I'll go with the answer B here. Number 28. Which of the following phrases best fits the author's conclusion of possible reduced movement? Okay, so now we need possible reduced movement. Movement. Um, which of the following phrases best fits the author's conclusion of possible reduced movement? So عايزين حاجة indicate reduced movement. Okay, I don't know, answer A. Let me check B, which can only be suspended by light. The reduced movement is suspended by light? No, you're not suspending movements. That's a bit weird. So possible reduced movement having no effect on their sleep patterns with the axle passage, which is still relatively unknown. I mean, I guess we'll go with answer A. It fits best. Why? Because هو بيتكلم عن what's the word I'm looking for? The study here earlier. Okay. Wow, this is a really hard one, honestly. I mean, I guess هنا بيقول لي as an alternative the researchers use a video system slowly dissecting movement to determine when hydras were in sleep-like state characterized by reduced movement which so I guess ده بيتكلم عن reduced movement could be disrupted by a flash of light. Weird question, EST. Very weird question. I can tell you confidently which can only be suspended by light. This is extreme, but you're not suspending sleep, you disrupt sleep. So it's the word choice here. Having no effect on their sleep pattern. Well, their sleep is characterized by reduced movement, having no effect on their sleep pattern. So this indicates redundancy, عشان إحنا خلاص قلناها, which is still relatively unknown. What's unknown? The reduced movement? So this is not logical. Really weird question, number 28. 29. Which word choice is most in line with the paragraph? Okay. So most in line means we want a word that fits the discussion. Say words in context كده. Okay, interesting. Dull neurotransmitter, unrestricted inhibitory. لو بتتفرجوا على الفيديو هتلاقوا كلمة explosive موجودة. So let me just see that. So it wouldn't be A because you don't مفيش حاجة اسمها dull neurotransmitter or unrestricted neurotransmitter. It can only be inhibitory, right? Exposing the hydrous to melatonin, a common used sleep aid, moderately increased the sleep amount and frequency, while the inhibitory neurotransmitter GABA, comma, another chemical linked to sleep activity in many animals, comma, greatly increased sleep activity. So I guess we're going to go here, number 29, with answer C. عشان inhibitory means a neurotransmitter بيعمل block. And this is the only word that can describe a neurotransmitter. مفيش حاجة تانية برضو توصف neurotransmitter. You can stimulate them, you can inhibit them, but you can't be unrestricted معهم or dull or explosive. So we're going to go with answer C here. Number 30, where in the passage should the underlined sentence be placed? Okay, so we have sentence one, two, three. Okay, cool. Let's read this sentence. الأول. The more the researchers could use vibrations and temperature changes. Vibrations, temperature changes. Furthermore, بيدينا a second example عن إيه هو ممكن يستخدموها. Okay. So let's continue here. So كده كده مش هنقول before sentence number one. Why? عشان sentence one on the other hand dopamine causes arousal. So on the other hand بيورينا عكس inhibitory inhibition, right? وبرضه خدوا بالكم ده arousal عكس inhibitory. So that's a good question too for number 28. So I wouldn't say before sentence one عشان on the other hand continues the contrast. So we're going to check out A, no. Excuse me, before sentence one, no. A, after sentence number one, no برضو, because sentence two continues. On the other hand, dopamine causes arousal. While some sleep mechanisms appear to have been conserved, others may have been switched during the evolution of brain, suggests Ito. So this is a conclusion or a judgment جاي من the previous sentence. So I wouldn't say before sentence one or after sentence one. Assessment after sentence one مفيش. There it is. So I wouldn't say after sentence one. عايزين حاجة ليها علاقة مع vibrations and temperatures disturbing the hydro's sleep. So while some mechanisms appear to have been conserved, others may have switched function during evolution of brain, suggests Ito. Okay. Okay, the only connection I see now, actually, I would say answer C. Actually, I was torn between C and D, but I see a connection دلوقتي. So let me circle answer C for you guys. It's the only thing is discussing هنا induced signs of sleep deprivation. And then after sentence 2 يعني تحط هنا And then here, investigating more closely, the researchers found that sleep deprivation led to changes in expression of 212 genes. This is the only sentence اللي عليها connection. This is the only connection I can find. If I would go here with answer C, you're always looking for connections on sentence placement. Don't force it. Number 31. Okay, so here in question number 31, مفيش حاجة اسمها mouses. It's mice. Mouses لا. A wide range of animals. ليه عندنا possession هنا؟ لازم يجي بعديها اسم. D. A wide range of animals, comma. So بيدينا comma بعد كده including صح كده. بعد كده list mice, fruit flies, and nematodes, and it's parallel. Answer D. And 32. Disrupting other fly genes appearing to share a common evolution origin with sleep-related ones. Hydras altered sleep duration in fruit flies. Okay, so disrupting other fruit fly genes altered sleep duration. So this is a gerund phrase. لو فاكرين خدناها. This is my subject. عندي dash verb. So عندي subject dash verb وده ما تنفعش. So answer A ما تنفعش. Answer B تنفع, right? Subject dash verb تنفع. Answer C comma dash verb ما تنفعش. Answer D ما ينفعش يتحط في parentheses. ده كده بقول ده ملهاش أي 30 لازمة. It's not part of the passage, and it is. So here we're going to go with answer B. Then finally, number 33, the author wants to conclude the passage by leaving room for future scientists. So عايزين, discussion في الآخر, and في مساحة, في room for future scientists to do an investigation. That being said, there's to explore and a scientific base has to be built for future scientists to build upon. I mean, it's a bit redundant, but it's okay. If future scientists want to do research, they're free to do so. I mean, nobody talks like that. It doesn't fit the tone. عشان برضو في سؤال التone. Though many may find it waste of time, no, it doesn't fit the tone. I believe برضو doesn't fit the tone. ما فيش opinions. I mean, they have to fund and cater to. Again, that's a very poor word usage. ممكن نقول fund, serve, but not that. So this was passage number 3. Passage 4. Effects of poverty. Let me zabat nafsi kida. I've been sitting for a long time. Let's get started. The research published. Okay, I don't see a problem دلوقتي. The research, that's specific information. عشان the is defined. Just so you know, اسمه definitive adjective. So احتمال the research was comma verb here fragment. صح. So لو قلت the research publishing أنا كده بقول الريسيرش عمل الفعل of publishing. ing modifiers is usually عشان people مش عشان things. So answer C is no good. And then here we have a comma verb برضه, so it's a fragment. So we're going to say answer A. 35. Which of the following words best fits the author's preference for sensitive language? So that's a specific example. So here, children of color who are also poor. This is not sensitive language. Sensitive language, يعني كلام سياسي. Penniless, no. Of lower socioeconomic status, yes. This is formal and it's sensitive. بدل ما أقول فقير بقول يعني مثلا طبقة تحت متوسط. Of substandard status, this is very insulting, substandard. So here, note 35. C, 36. Okay. Okay, so it's a conjunction question here for number 36. If analyzing and correlating the results according to where the children lived, the investigators found. No, it's not if, مش لو, but يعني عكس, no برضو. You can begin a sentence with this, but not here. After the investigators found that 30%, after analyzing, they found ترتيب, صح? Not before, مش قبل, after, بعد. 37, the underlined pronoun refers to which of the following? So go to number 37 here. This is the underlined pronoun. I already know their long-term development. احنا بنتكلم عن مين? We're talking about children. Here for number 37, we're talking about children. So let's see the difference development between black children and white children. intended to narrow for income never such early I found on their long-term development, leading to higher rates of chronic conditions, diabetes. Well, this is actually an interesting one. Are we talking about children or are we talking about specifically black children? It's not neighborhoods or adults. Hmm. Interesting answer here. Yeah, I'm going to go with black children. The answer key يقول لك answer A الoriginal answer key. الoriginal answer key وما بغيرش الoriginal answers by the way. هيقول لك answer A children عامة, but we're not talking about children best. We're talking about specifically about black children. Um, So here it varied substantially among children from different ethnic and racial groups. Black children were at highest risk, followed by Latino children. Okay, no, I wouldn't say black children. I'll go back and say children. Answer A, because we are talking generally about children, the effects of long-term development. So جاي هنا في البداية, you can know it from the topic sentence عشان ده بيحكم كل the details or controls all of the details. Number 38. What this study showing, well, no, that's not what we're going to say. What this study here for number 38 shows على طول صح. It's a fact. will show بيتكلم المستقبل بس بنتكلم عنها دلوقتي. Showed في الpast بس هنا بيقولي are, so عايزين present. And showing is a fragment, so you can't say showing عشان what this study shows is ده لازم يبقى في verb عشان ده حاجة اسمها noun clause. لو مش عارفين noun clause ارجعوا للدرس رقم واحد nouns عشان تشوفوا examples of noun clauses. فالnoun clause محتاج يبقى فيه verb. 39. Halfon also is a professor of pediatrics, public health, and public policy in UCLA. Okay, I don't see a problem here. In number 39, Halfon is also, ما ينفعش نحط colon هنا عشان لازم يجي قبلها complete idea, right? Colon. لو مش complete, Halfon is also ايه بقى? Also semicolon هنا غلط. Semicolon بياخد two independent ideas. Professor Peter Jocks. Okay, so Halfin is also a professor of pediatrics versus answer A. Hold on. We're missing a comma here. We're missing a comma here. So answer D is incorrect. So we're going to go with answer A. The comma is underlined. The comma is underlined. فهنا نقول answer A في ده وبرضه في الoriginal test. Number 40. ولو كده برضو the comma is underlined, مفيش ولا واحد فيهم أساسا عنده comma برضو. Keep that in mind. Number 40. Which best fits the writer's main idea stated in the previous two sentences? بيتكلم عن report, بيتكلم عن, لو if report, our findings underscore, many other studies highlight. So هنا the report also underscores, right? Lacks يعني نقص, ignores يعني, these are all very negative word. Assesses يعني تحليل, but we're not really saying that عشان it's highlighting بيطلع لك كل الريزلتس والريزلتس المهمة. So I wouldn't say assesses. I'll say answer A. Number 41. The authors consider deleting the underlined quote. When do we delete? We delete when it's off topic. We delete when it is off topic. Okay, this is on topic. مش هضيع وقت أكتر من كده. The value of understanding child development, the EDI. EDI is not only reported but also linked to census tract level indices of neighborhood. This measurement tool helps sites and local grassroots efforts develop targeted support. So I think we are going to keep this information. The code supports the main idea of the first paragraph. Yes, عشان برضو لو رجعنا the first paragraph, we do discuss the EDI from here. وازاي ممكن نستخدم EDI for help. Answer B is not a reason. Okay, that's not a reason why we add. Listen, we add a detail. For example, it's irrelevant. It is on topic, so it's not irrelevant. It contradicts. So ax, I don't think it's ax either. So I'll go 41A, number 42. Which option, if inserted here, best supports the previous statement on the validated use of EDI? So validated use, I need proper use of EDI. This 42. I think this is 42, right? Okay, cool. The EDI was first applied in 2009 and the partnership with the first five Orange County. Make this data accessible. So we have to talk about data too. So هنا a validated use. Let me actually see the question. Best supports the previous statement on the validated use of EDI. Okay. Yeah, answer A. This is validated use. يعني validated use نستخدمها بطريقة صح. Over the past 10 years, UCLA has enabled city and school district leaders in over 85 communities to assess the health, development, and well-being of more than 350,000 kindergartners. Answer A. Answer B. ده مش بيقول لي اليوس، بيقول لي وصل لإيه أو إيه لازمته. not إيه لازمته، يعني ال achievement بتاعتها. Answer C. ده ما بيقوليش برضه validated use. validated use يعني استخدموها في ايه. right. answer D. it's actually a negative عشان هنا بيقول ال validated use بس هنا بقى في negating factor بيقول حاجة عيب. So here we're going to go and say the answer A. 42, which provides the best transition. Number 43, I'm sorry, which provides the best transition. Okay, so we're gonna say answer A. Why عشان this here. Hold on. I thought it was a limit. افتكرته بيديني limitation, but I don't see that. These findings not only highlight the equity challenges we face, but also reveal the truly inequitable design of all systems responsible for ensuring children thrive, says Efren. Okay. Only by addressing the historical exploitation and exclusion of marginalized communities can we begin to repair the pains. Okay, cool. I'm sorry, this is a cause and this would be the effect. So we're going to say answer B actually. A and C are very near each other, and moreover, within a second example, Damish example. So here we're talking about how that we face, but also reveal the truly inequitable design of all the systems. Only everything is unequal. So thus or therefore, if we do this, we can solve these problems. So I like answer B, and then finally answer number 44. Answer. However, only by addressing the historical exploitation, exclusion of marginalized commuters can we begin. So this is a dependent clause, and this is an inverted structure, and it's independent. We can begin. We can begin. So say answer A. Answer B, there's a dash here. ولو شفتوا الupdated form, you can see a dash here, so it creates a fragment. Answer C, adjective, comma, noun, fragment. Answer D, adjective, semicolon, noun, fragment. So we're going to say answer A. This was December 2021 review. You can learn anything. Mr. Sema, out.